Thanks, Austin. It is a top 5 matchup in 2A Division I football as the Crawford Pirates host the Centerville Tigers. And last season, both teams made it to regional finals and had record-setting seasons. Earlier this week, I talked with Coach Jacobs and Coach Hardee, and they kept reiterating how similar their style of play is. And they actually referred to this game as a mirror image matchup. Both teams are 1-0 entering tonight's game, and it's going to be a game of the running backs as we look to Breck Chambers of the Pirates and Paxton Hancock of the Tigers to set the pace for tonight's game. Now let's send it back to Aaron in the studio.
And no stranger is Abby Jones now, who joins us sideline from Pirate Stadium. Abby, welcome to Football Friday. I know you and I talked extensively this week about this particular matchup. You mentioned it's kind of like looking in a mirror. They're both evenly matched, and you couldn't sing enough praise of senior running back Paxton Hancock of Centerville. What can you tell us about why he is a name to know in tonight's matchup?
Yeah, guys. Well, first of all, just very exciting to be here. I watched Friday Night Lights as a kid in high school, but it did not prepare me for what I was going to see here tonight. But Paxton is just a very, very unique player. You know, last year he had over 2,000 rushing yards. He had 19 touchdowns, but he also had 7 tackles per game. So not only is he explosive on offense, he is dominant and physical on defense. Both coaches had a lot to say about him, and actually when I was talking to Coach Hardee this week, he said we have a certain number of touches that we want Paxton to get, but also we want to spread him out a little bit. You'll see him on both sides of the ball, but also we're looking to rest him. And if they can, you know, work their depth a little bit at this level of the game today, I think that's the goal here.
Meanwhile, on the other side, let's talk about Crawford's do-it-all star Breck Chambers. This is a guy who, I mean, at this point, you know, Greg Jacobs sung his praise all week long about what a playmaker he is. He does it on in every phase of the game. It seems like Breck Chambers, in a lot of ways, is the straw that stirs the drink for Crawford.
Yeah, and it was funny because Coach Jacobs actually made the joke. He said if you wanted him to paint your house, he would. So he's just the guy that does it all here. I mean, he kicks and he punts. So I think that you're going to see a lot from each player and each team tonight. And also, Breck Chambers, he's an explosive unit on offense. He had over 1,000 rushing yards and just under 2 touchdowns at Paxton record with 17. So, you know, when he gets the ball, you know that he's going to take it to the house.
Abby, I could use a paint job on my house, so I might be hitting up Breck here very soon, as I know you will as well. You and I joked about this week. Looking forward to your updates throughout the night here on Football Friday. She's Abby Jones from Pirate Stadium. The head coach of Centerville, Kyle Hardee, who met with Tepper on Texas Football Today this week, is with our Abby Jones at the half.
Here with Coach Hardee, and the Tigers are up 6-0 at the half. Coach, how does it feel to have success in the passing game when this was anticipated to be a running game?
Well, you know, I told you earlier in the week, Abby, we want to get the run established. We feel confident in our guys to make some plays in the passing game. We missed an opportunity late on the pass, but a big play down here in the end zone.
And your goal was to put pressure on the quarterback. Defensively, what is working well? Because you're doing just that. Well,
we're swarming to the ball. Our guys are holding up in the back end. We're getting a little pressure, making him a little uncomfortable. He's so accurate and getting him off his spot, and that's been big for us.
Thanks, Coach.
There you are, joining us live in this situation and setting. So, Abby, break it down. This game, very physical, it seems like, at the line of scrimmage. What's been the difference so far?
Well, guys, it just changed because actually Crawford just scored again. So now it is 13-6. We're waiting to see if the kick is going to be good. But when I was talking with Coach Jacobs earlier this week, he actually said that the third quarter is such a reset for the team. He loves to actually play the most dominant football in this quarter, and that is exactly what he is doing. And I think that the kick is good as well. So now it is 14-6 in Pirate Stadium. The momentum has changed quite a lot.
Well, and Abby, we knew going into this game that this is a defensive slugfest. Obviously, that score just coming in the second half here, but what have you seen from these two teams' defenses really living up to the hype of exactly what we thought would happen in this game?
Guys, it's a game fought in the trenches. They are playing tough football, and really it's just explosive on both teams, both sides of the ball. But I mean, it's taking 2 to 3 guys to get anyone down. One standout is Cameron Walker. He's just a big guy, and he's having so much success here tonight.
Abby, thanks so much. We will check back with you as this one unfolds, and looking forward to see these final highlights. And after the game, our very own Abby Jones caught up with a couple of Crawford Pirates.
All right, Luke, first question for you. Okay. Luke, first question for you. That first 30-yard touchdown pass had to get things going in the third. What did that spark in you?
Well, I mean, the first half I was really frustrated. We couldn't execute. I couldn't execute throwing the ball, and they were open. I just had to put it on them. And coming out in the second half, we just came out as a team, and we were like, we need to execute. We can't just run the ball, because if you're a one-dimensional team, you'll get beat. And later on in the playoffs, that'll happen. So, I mean, I got an excellent teammate, athletic, and just put it out for him to get it and just get the momentum on our side and keep it going.
And Trey, the story going into tonight was Breck Chambers. How impressed were you with yourself with just the explosiveness?
I mean, it's not me, it's my teammates. Without them, I couldn't do anything that I did. And I mean, without him and all the other receivers, we couldn't have done anything like that. And I mean, running the ball, it kind of lulls them to sleep, and then you take a shot and they're not ready for it. So I mean, it's not me, it's the team.
And question for both of you, what does this win tell you about the team and just the completeness of it offensively, defensively?
I mean, it means a lot because, I mean, they're ranked number 4 for a reason. You know, they have 13 seniors just like us. They have the same offense, same defense as us. And we knew coming in, they're physical, fast, big up front, and we just had to execute. And once we execute, and we knew we could get underneath pad level, run the ball, pass the ball, and really become a 3-dimensional team. We knew that we had it in the bag, and it means a lot because it's a staple to keep building on throughout the season.
I mean, we definitely got a lot to work on. The first half, I mean, you can see. And coming out after that, I mean, if we play how we did in the second half the whole game, then, I mean, we got a shot at a chip.
Go enjoy the win, guys.
Our Abby Jones on hand for some reaction.
It was supposed to be a battle of the running backs, but it ended up being a defensive battle in the first half as Centerville took the lead 6-0. But a halftime message completely changed the momentum for Crawford as they came out in the third and they never looked back. The best part is they had a surprising passing attack.
We shot ourselves in the foot some the first half, and I think the kids realized what they had done the first half, and they corrected them the second half, and they came out ready to play. And, boy, I tell you what, it made a big difference.
This was a chance for Crawford to see a benchmark of where they were early in the season, and Coach Jacobs said that he wanted to focus on depth, unity, and help. He did just that with a breakout game from senior wide receiver Trey Dobby, and senior quarterback Luke Tolbert has one goal in mind by the end of the season.
We knew we could get underneath pad level, run the ball, pass the ball, and really become a 3-dimensional team. We knew that we had it in the bag, and it means a lot because it's a staple to keep building on throughout the season.
The Crawford Pirates will hit the road for their last non-district game against Rio Vista undefeated.